What is going to happen to your house if you file bankruptcy? Are you going to lose it? And the answer to this question, like all legal questions, is it depends. What type of case are we filing? How much equity do you have? How much do you owe on the house? Let's talk about Chapter 7 first, then we'll go through Chapter 13. Let's say you are filing a Chapter 7. Now, there's one warning that I've got to give to anybody who's going to file a Chapter 7 in North Georgia and you've got a house. Now, let's say you go out and you get an appraisal done on your house. You've got an official document, somebody who's willing to swear this is what the house is worth. And we look at how much you owe, and you've clearly got enough exemption under the Georgia exemption laws to protect your house. Is it guaranteed that you can file a Chapter 7 and keep your house? And the answer is no, it's not guaranteed. Is it likely? Well, yeah, I mean, more than likely, the house really is worth whatever your appraiser says it is, but you need to understand how Chapter 7 works. Number one, if the trustee finds a buyer for your house and the trustee can get enough money to pay your exemption amount, the mortgage amount, and have some left over, your house is gone. Okay. You're the Every Chapter 7 trustee has a real estate agent that they partner with. And that agent's going to, drive by the house, look at it, kind of thumbs up, see, hey, I wonder if I could sell this house. And if they can do it, it's gone. It doesn't matter that you have an appraisal. What matters is, does the Chapter 7 trustee have a buyer? And where you can particularly get burned on something like that, let's say you have a neighbor, somebody who's just really interested in your property for whatever reason. Yeah, they might be willing to pay more than fair market value to get your house because maybe they have a child that wants to move in next door, or aunt, uncle, whatever the situation may be. I've only had a situation arise probably in the last, 15 years where a house trustee ended up getting more money for the house than what we originally appraised for. And it was because there was a huge industrial development that came in right after the filing date. And while the case was still open, and it just drastically elevated property values in this one particular neighborhood. What do you do in a situation like that? Well, you can convert from a Chapter 7 case to a Chapter 13. You have to pay the Chapter 7 trustee their administrative cost, and you have to make sure you come up with a plan payment that will give your unsecured creditors the same amount of money that they would have recovered if the Chapter 7 had been allowed to go forward. But a point that I really want to stress to you is this: when you're in a Chapter 7, you don't get to say, oh, shoot, I don't like the way things are going. Get me out of here. No, no, no. Once the Chapter 7 trustee gets his or her clause into your house, it's going bye-bye. They're going to sell it. Now, you can convert to a 13, but you're not going to be able to just walk away and quit like you would in a normal regular Chapter 13. Let me back up and let's say you're filing a Chapter 13 from scratch. Okay. You've never filed Chapter 7. One of the most beautiful, wonderful things I like about Chapter 13 is, if for whatever reason things are starting to go south and you just want to voluntarily quit your case, 99.99% of the time, you're not going to have a problem doing that in a Chapter 13. Chapter 13 is a great tool for somebody who wants to stop the foreclosure of the house. Let's say you're behind on payments. A lot of people like to refer to Chapter 13 as the catch your breath provision. That's for people who they've got money to pay their creditors back. They just can't do it all tomorrow, and we need a little more time. Maybe you're 6 months behind on the house, and we need to come up with a plan. Maybe we could spread that out over 4.5 to 5 years, but you're still going to have to make your future mortgage payment. And one thing we are seeing a lot of recently here in 2026 is there's a lot of people who they've had a reduction in income, and as everybody knows, property taxes have gone through the roof, and that has made mortgage payments cost more because the tax escrow payments are a lot more than used to be. So if you are in a situation where you cannot afford your future mortgage payments, Chapter 13 is not for you. And I'll give you an example of a case. It's just heartbreaking, but I see it happen a lot. Is where you have somebody who's working, they have no problem making their mortgage payment. And then maybe due to health reasons, maybe due to the downsize of work, whatever, this person's no longer working, and now all they receive is Social Security or some retirement that is significantly less than what they received when they were still working. And they want to keep a house they can no longer afford. It's the math has to work. Chapter 13 does not lower your future mortgage payments. The only time that could ever possibly happen is if you owe less than 5 years. Like, let's say you owe only 3 years left on the house, we spread it out to five. Okay, then, in that weird, unusual situation, you might be able to drop it down a little bit. But as a general rule, you are never, ever, ever going to be able to lower your mortgage payment by filing a Chapter 13. Now, in a Chapter 13, any debt I can get rid of in a 7. As a general rule, I can get rid of in a 13 as well. So credit card debt, medical bills, if stuff like that is keeping you from being able to make those future mortgage payments, hey, maybe Chapter 13 might be a good tool so we can focus on just the mortgage and get rid of all the other stuff. Can you lose your house while you're in the middle of a Chapter 13? And the answer is, if you quit making your future mortgage payments, yes, you're definitely going to lose that house. But if you make your Chapter 13 payment and you make your future mortgage payment, there's no way you're going to lose that house. As long as you stay on track, you'll be okay. Now, sometimes, let's say somebody's in a Chapter 13 for, let's say, 5 years, and we're 3 years into it and they've missed like 3 or 4 mortgage payments because, life happens. Well, what's going to happen in that case? In that case, the mortgage company is going to file something called a motion for relief. And you see, when you file a Chapter 13, everything you own is protected by the automatic stay. Think of it as like this magic bankruptcy umbrella that hangs over everything you own is protected. Nobody can touch your stuff without court permission. And if you don't make your future mortgage payments, the mortgage company is going to come to court and say, hey, Your Honor, please give us permission to remove the protective umbrella, also known as the automatic stay. Give us relief from the automatic stay so that we can foreclose on the house. So that's how people lose houses after they file Chapter 13, is they don't follow the terms of the plan or don't make future mortgage payments. So if you have a house and you're afraid you're going to lose it if you file bankruptcy, go talk to a bankruptcy attorney. Give us a call. Let's sit down. Let's go through it. I mean, we can give you a pretty good idea of what would happen in your situation, but don't miss out on exploring options. This filing may actually help you keep the home by getting rid of all the other debt. I've got a book that you can download online, My Guide to Bankruptcy. I've also got a YouTube channel, kellycanhelp.com. Got a lot of videos, a lot of information we can send you. I've got a podcast on kellybankruptcy.com. If you've got any questions at all, don't hesitate to give us a shout, and please click that subscribe button if you get a chance. Thank you so much.